Spencer Pratt is going to get the Donald Trump treatment, and we can already see it happening. But y'all might want to start praying for him, because it's only a matter of time before that man's life is on the line. I told y'all on my last page that California is a Democratic stronghold. Therefore, it is a demonic stronghold. And the two places that I mentioned were some of the biggest strongholds was San Francisco and Los Angeles. I also told y'all in one of my videos that God always opens a gate, allows the Democrats to go out and do some crazy stuff, and then he closes that gate and starts to hit them with judgments. Spencer Pratt is one of those judgments. You see, God opened the gate and he allowed the Democrats to go out there and burn down the Palisades. But what they were not expecting was to wake up one of the citizens and have that citizen come for their position. With that said, we get to see the Donald Trump treatment from scratch. And because people are awake this time, I think it's going to have a bigger effect than when Donald Trump experienced it in 2016 and on. Spencer Pratt has a lot of Democrats attached to him. He has a lot of eyes on him because originally he wasn't involved with politics. People see him as just a regular citizen who's waking up and saying, I'm fighting against the people who came against me. Everybody saw his story happen live, so they understand why he is standing where he's standing. But what this will allow for people to see is exactly how the Democratic Party and the media works against people who fight for common sense. Spencer Pratt is going to help people understand Trump more, because they're going to see his name be torn down in the media. They're already calling him a mini Trump. They're already calling him a fascist. They're already trying to build the fear around Spencer Pratt. And as he continues to win these debates, you're starting to see more content creators come against him as well. The same way that they came against Trump and MAGA. They're starting to attack the people who support Spencer Pratt. How dare you support Spencer Pratt? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Do you know all the crazy things that he's done? Do you know what his past is like? Do you know that he was a reality star? How stupid are you? This is the kind of stuff we're already starting to see online. And I like it only because it's going to open the eyes of many people who truly support Spencer Pratt because of what they've seen happen to him. There's a bond there. There's a fight that they understand. And when you Democrats decide to come out and attack people for a fight that they actually understand, you're going to create more enemies than you think. Vote for Spencer Pratt.
Man, this brother is cooking, and he's absolutely right. The attacks have already started. Karen Bass pulled out the next debate. She said she wants no more. She realizes that, hey, we can't win a debate with this guy. So the Indian lady, she backed out as well because, you know, they threw her in there to try to help split the vote. But I don't think it's going to work. Spencer Pratt has surged 12 points, and I would assume that that growth is going to continue as the days and weeks progress before the primary in June. But I do want to say this. There's a brother on Fox, and he speaks on it. Every Republican across the country needs to see and study Spencer Pratt's platform, his campaign, and his style, and his approach, and they need to implement it. You got to hit these people. Minister Danzel says it all the time. You got to hit them where it hurts. You got to ask them questions, and you got to hit them. You got to go hard at them. And that's what Spencer Pratt did. And Karen Bass cannot stand up to it. And that's why TMZ is on him now. And that's why, you know, local media, and you got social media folks that have been paid. We know Democrats are known for paying social media influencers to attack who they want, because those social influencers are the media attack dogs for the DNC. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You guys got to see it for yourself. Let's go.
last week, the shine is coming off the California dream. I don't disagree with anything Kennedy has said. I think Spencer Pratt, I was wrong last week. I went back and watched the debate. I didn't think he offered as many, and you got into it a little bit. I think you were right. I was wrong. He offered a lot. He offered, you never admit anything. He offered a lot. What he's doing is what every politician should do, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. Offer real, practical, actionable solutions to actual problems that people are facing. The young lady you just showed in our opening, the city councilman, she's reading from a national playbook that just says attack Trump and hopefully Democrats. That's what will excite Democrats. I'm here to tell you that may be part of it, but at the end of the day, Angelenos understand that homelessness is a problem. They understand that public safety is a problem. They understand that housing is unaffordable for most Californians and most Angelenos. And whether you like this guy or not, whether you think he may be close to Trump or not close to Trump, I give him a lot of credit. He's tackling this in an unorthodox, unusual way for today's politics, which should be the norm. He's actually offering answers. I say that as a Democrat. So Democrats running in this race, if you don't start offering answers, this guy could very well surprise. Jesse and I agreed last week. He could actually win this thing, even though Los Angeles is such a heavily Democratic place, because people are fed up with the answers that are not being given.
Yeah, this is Harold Ford Jr. He was a representative for Congressional District 9 down there in Tennessee. Took over from his father, but he's absolutely right. You cannot continue to run on orange men bad, Trump bad. And what Republicans need to do is they need to hear this and say, hey, man, force these people to tell you what their policies are, what their agenda is. I'm assuming that the people in LA could care less about Trump in comparison to the dysfunction and the abysmal leadership of Karen Bass out there in LA. What Trump is doing in DC isn't actually affecting the people nowhere near as much as the policies that have been implemented by the leadership in California, and especially by the leadership of Karen Bass. That is a fact. But Spencer Pratt is on to something. You know that he is seen as a true threat to that seat and to Karen Bass because they brought out the big guns. TMZ is put out a hit piece. I want you guys to see it. We're going to react to it right now. Continue to hit the like button for me if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel. 50% of you guys that watch the show, watch the channel, aren't subscribed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
The campaign ad certainly made it seem that you were living in that trailer. It was a high point of the commercial, but you're at the Hotel Bel Air. So kind of undo that for us.
No, to be clear, that is where, excuse me, that is where I live. That's where Karen Bass, Mayor Bass, burned down my house. That is where I will live until I have a new house. The Airstream is a temporary facility. A hotel is a temporary facility. Where my kids are in Santa Barbara right now is a temporary housing. This is where I live this is where they burned my house down. So this semantics or the nuance of this is the consequences of their failed leadership. And again, I don't live at the Hotel Bel Air. I don't live in the Airstream. I don't live in the Santa Barbara. I don't have a house. They burned it down. That is why I got into this race, because of these people that will burn your house down and act like it's no problem. So this idea that anyone's like, oh, he's at a hotel. I'm at a hotel because these psychopaths are messaging me every day. They're going to kill me because Nithya Raman is calling me a fascist because I don't want people to have their kids next to drug addicts at the park or stepping in human poop when you get your matcha. I have common sense. That's not fascism. So these psychos here, I'm a fascist. And then they literally, like, if you would like to see the death threats, I can send them all offline where people are like, I'm going to hire people to kill you. So yes, unfortunately, now I have a security team and they will not, even if I wanted to stay in the Airstream, would let me because there's 360 unobstructed views since there's no houses. So you can literally snipe me out from any part from 300 yards away easily.
Spencer,
one sec. Not to mention the Airstream, it took over a month for LADWP to connect a wire for electricity to it, which was 3 days ago. It took weeks to get the water hooked up, which was yesterday. So for these people that want to focus on where I sleep at night, first off, I don't even sleep. I get 4 hours of sleep because I'm fighting these corrupt freaking politicians all day long. You want to see my phone hours? I'll screenshot it. It probably says 19 hours.
I hear what you're saying, and on the symbolism of your ad.
Yeah. Yeah. This right here just lets you know that he is making waves, and they are definitely afraid. And these wealthy, rich people, you know, no different than Magic Johnson getting out there caping and simping for Karen Bass, because he doesn't have to deal with the issues that the average Angelino deals with. He doesn't have to deal with it. He doesn't have to deal with the fact that they're kicking in people's doors and breaking in people's homes at an unprecedented case. So much so that the police has a hotline. You can't even reach someone from, you know, the dispatch center. It's a hotline, and they do nothing about it. And it continues to happen. And now this dude's on the radar and his life is on the line, and they're upset about where he has to stay at now.
That because of the fire, that you don't have a home, and I get that. But there's something to the point where you say in the ad, this is where I live, while you're standing in front of a trailer. I think the reason that ad was so effective with voters is because you did draw this visual comparison of where the mayor lives, where Nithya Raman lives, and where you live. So you're showing where they live, and then you're saying, this is where I live. Everyone saw that ad and thought, wow, Spencer Pratt has to live in that trailer because his house burned down.
I do, sir. But that is my house.
But for the last month and a half, you've been at the Bel Air Hotel.
I haven't been at the Bel Air Hotel for more than 6 days in the last month. This is all public on my things.
But that's where you've been staying. I know you may not have actually been in it.
No, I've been in Santa Barbara, where the LA Times reported where I lived and doxed me. That is where I live, period. This is LA Times. This isn't breaking news. Even when the Airstream ad came out, the LA Times cover story is saying, no, Spencer Pratt lives in Santa Barbara. And I said, yes, thank you for doxing me. I tried to sue the LA Times for saying where I actually live.
But but are you saying you live in that trailer?
I don't live anywhere, is what I'm saying. I don't have a house. They burned it down, Harvey. I don't have a house.
But why not say that? But Spencer, that would be really effective. Why not say that in the ad? I don't have a home.
You texted me today. I have never told anyone I lived in it. And yet in the ad, you say, this is where I live.
This is my house. This is my property. There's nothing there, Harvey. It's dirt lot. I had to have it craned in to the lot. That's what people are. This is psycho. I only got on this live because I love you. But so last time I'm going to talk about this, because the reason I am running is because they burned down 7,000 houses. This is where everyone lives. They don't not consider that their home just because it's a dirt lot, because it's an Airstream, a teepee, a tent. When you're a fire victim, this is where you live. They burn it down. This is where I always will live. People are missing the messaging of the consequences.
But Spencer, I guess, listen.
Yeah, I bet they wouldn't go this hard at Karen Bass. And I'm sure she has ads out there that have lied, that, you know, stretched the truth, so forth and so on. I'm sure TMZ isn't going as hard at them.
I've known you for a long time.
Yes.
And you're a really smart guy. And you are all over these ads, which have been, honestly, they've been lauded by people who have said these are, you know, brilliant ads. Wasn't the point there, and I believe the trailer door was even open, wasn't the point to telegraph to people that your body went inside that trailer night after night?
Right.
I mean, wasn't that the point of the ad?
No, the point of the ad is to show this is where they burned my house down. I have no house. This is their houses. They're fine. And this is where I live. This is where my town lives. This is our reality for the next 10 years, if we're lucky. That'll be there for the next 6 years. And I'll say, I live there. I live in the Palisades. I'm a registered voter to that address. I'm an Angelino. Even if my family and kids have to now go to school in Santa Barbara, I am an Angelino. This is my town. This is where they burned me down. So I am on set with these lovely people at Interview Magazine, and I can't be just ranting all day, but I appreciate you. People can be all caught up in the nuance of where I live or where I don't. I'm running for mayor because these people will burn your house down, cover it up.
Spencer,
Period.
the nuance is you being truthful to vote with voters.
I'm
That's the
going to say it
nuance.
again. I'm going to say it again. That is where I live. Period.
Okay.
Period. I don't need to sleep there every night. I don't need to go to the number 2 on that toilet. That is where I live. I am from the Palisades, Los Angeles, and I'm fighting for Los Angeles. So
Okay, but
all
just
this,
one final
period.
thing. One
Yes,
final thing.
sir.
Just to clarify, you have never physically lived in that trailer.
To clarify, I haven't lived anywhere since my house burned down.
Well, you're
I'm a
sleeping.
temporary-
You're sleeping somewhere.
These
For
are
those 4 hours.
again. I don't live anywhere. They burned my house down. To be clear.
Hey, this is hard-hitting journalism, but they only seem to do it for people that are anti-democratic establishment, right? They only tend to do it. You know, the ad, hey, legitimate, they burned his house down. Negligence caused not only him, but a plethora of people to lose their homes. Negligence. And they want to play semantics and they want to be concerned with where he rests his head at, so forth and so on. I mean, you can see right through it. But that also just goes to show you that this man's campaign is very effective and it's working. And the people in California, the people in LA, they better pray, like the brother that started this video off, they better pray that Spencer Pratt gets in there. Because if not, and you get 4 more years of dysfunction and piss poor leadership by way of Karen Bass and her cronies, there's no telling where LA is going. There's no telling where it is headed, man, because a city that once used to be great and a place that everybody wanted to move to is a place that now people are fleeing from at you know, all-time highs. I mean, it's crazy. I want you guys to see this video because there are a lot of people out there in California that supports Spencer Pratt. Hey, people are fed up, man. People are fed up. That's Catherine McPhee, who obviously, you know, lives out that way and sick and tired, you know, of, you know, the abysmal leadership from Karen Bass and the Democratic socialists that are in the city council out there. I mean, it's a mess. And to an extent, I feel sorry for the people and, you know, but they have a chance. They have a chance to do something about it. Come June. I believe the primary, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's June 2nd or June 9th, one of the two. I could be wrong, but I know it's sometime, you know, early June. And, you know, all the folks that watch my channel that's out there in California, if you have a say out there in LA, man, get out there and vote and bring some people with you and make sure that they vote against Karen Bass and the other lady. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Drop me a comment. You have to drop me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.